MAGA extremists have their way. They want a national ban on abortion and would punish doctors for providing women medical care. No abortions, no exceptions, not even in California. Stop Scott Baugh. Stop the MAGA extremists.
Mom, did the news arrive?
It arrived today.
And?
The Cerritos Auto Square sells more cars than anyone in Southern California, so their customers can save more.
Yay!
Cerritos Auto Square. They sell more, so you save more.
Breaking now at 5, Major League Baseball legend Pete Rose has died at 83. His family announcing his passing.
The line fire is flaring up in the San Bernardino Mountains today with more dangerous heat alerts on the horizon. We have those new evacuation orders and your first alert forecast.
NBC4 News at 5 starts with breaking news.
And we begin at 5 with the death of MLB legend Pete Rose. Good evening, everyone. I'm Annabelle Sedano.
And I'm Colleen Williams. His family says he died earlier today at his home in Las Vegas. Our Conan Nolan is following the story right now for us from the newsroom. Conan?
That's right, Colleen. He was born to play the game. Everything about him was full throttle. Pete Rose, also known as Charlie Hustle, played 13 years for the Philadelphia Phillies, but most prominently with the Cincinnati Reds, where he helped that team win 3 World Series championships, part of the Big Red Machine. He'd won the National League batting title 3 times and was one of the game's greatest hitters. Rose was the all-time Major League leader in hits. He was the last man to run a club as a player-manager. He was the kind of player that the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame had been built to honor, but he never made it. In August of 1989, his last year as a player-manager, Rose was permanently banned from the game he loved so much after it became clear that he had secretly been gambling on games, including on his own team. 2 years later, the Baseball Hall of Fame formally voted to make him permanently ineligible. It was a fall from grace that resulted in a unique rule for a player once the envy of the sport, that of a tragic figure promoting a campaign for his reinstatement, challenging the banishment, selling memorabilia to earn some money. All this while denying that he bet on baseball, saying that the commissioner of baseball didn't have the evidence. Pete Rose, 83 years old. We still are unsure as to what the cause of death was, but he claims a legacy in Major League Baseball unlike any other in terms of his command of the game itself, but his fall from grace regarding an issue that has become prominent in the sport itself, that is gambling. There is irony that he died in Las Vegas. I'm Conan Nolan, NBC4 News. Back to you.
Oh, you're right about that, Conan. We want to bring in NBC4's Mario Solis at this point. Is there any doubt that he would have been a Hall of Famer but for this scandal?
Oh, there's absolutely no doubt. 100% Charlie Hustle would have been in the Hall of Fame. As Conan just mentioned, he's got the record for all-time hits, most plate appearances, so many different records that still are a laundry list of all the accomplishments. He played the game only one way. Hustling, right? He always said there's only one speed in baseball. You got to go all out every time. But it was this problem. He started losing a lot of money on gambling, eventually accepting that he bet on baseball. And so he was the last years of his life, he was on a crusade to be able to get into the Hall of Fame, which was his lifetime dream. Now, let's not forget that the Hall of Fame is not affiliated with Major League Baseball, but that lifetime ban prevented him from being in the Hall of Fame. So the writers are the ones that accept members into the Hall of Fame. But if anyone belongs, it is Pete Rose, because no one has the credentials, no one was able to generate the kind of energy and the kind of passion. When people went to see him to break all these records, it was unbelievable. There's a recent documentary that sort of goes through all the stages of his life. He was one of the most incredible players of all time.
Who would you compare him to nowadays as far as baseball players go?
Well, you can't really compare him to anyone nowadays. He was a throwback. This guy played through injury. He wouldn't miss games. He went out there to play the game every single night with all the passion, with all the energy in his body, and that's all he knew. He was a homegrown kid who grew up playing baseball, and he just appreciated the sport so much. He wanted to give back, and that's why at the end he felt that he was betrayed by baseball, even though he initially denied all the accusations about betting in baseball. He came clean eventually, and that's when he started the crusade.
Let's bring
if I could,
Conan?
if I could weigh in on what Mario is saying, having